Welcome back to Practice on Fire, your launchpad to a thriving dental career. I'm Dersley, and today we're diving into the first ingredient to career success, clinical mastery. Whether you're still dreaming of owning a practice or you're already the captain of your own ship, mastering this cornerstone is the foundation for a smoother, more successful career. Starting a practice can feel like stepping into a storm of responsibilities. You'll wear many hats: clinician, business owner, leader, and it's easy to feel stretched thin. But here's the truth. When you have rock-solid clinical confidence, you free up the mental space you'll need to focus on learning and implementing essential business skills. Instead of second-guessing your decisions in the operatory, you'll know you can handle whatever walks through your door. And the benefits don't stop there. Confidence is magnetic. Your patients will trust you more when you project calm competence. And trust is the bedrock of patient loyalty. Your staff will pick up on it too. When your team sees you tackling challenging cases with assurance, it inspires respect and reinforces their confidence in your leadership. Every time you say, "I can handle that," you're not just keeping a case in-house. You're keeping revenue in your practice and making life easier for your patients. People love the convenience of getting all their care under one roof. No referrals, no extra appointments, just seamless, trusted care from the dentist they already know. And that kind of experience, it builds loyalty, drives referrals, and turns patients into raving fans. But the benefits don't stop there. Expanding your skill set with high-value procedures like implants and orthodontics doesn't just make you a better clinician. It skyrockets your hourly production. That means more revenue, more variety in your day, and more fulfillment in your work. Mastering advanced procedures isn't just about keeping cases. It's about taking control of your practice, your income, and your future. I get this question a lot. Do I have to master every single procedure to build a wildly successful practice? Here's the truth. It depends on what you mean by super GP. Some people define it as being able to do everything from restorative and endo to ortho and full mouth implant reconstructions. If that's your thing, great. But let's be real. That level of clinical mastery takes years to build, and it's not the only path to success. In fact, many of the most successful dentists I know have chosen to focus on just one niche and dominate it. Take some of our original Practice on Fire members, for example. Some of them don't do any blood, no extractions, no surgical implants, not even close. Yet, they've all found unique ways to escape the traditional family practice model and build thriving, high-profit practices. One turned his practice into a luxury cosmetic powerhouse, routinely doing six-figure smile makeovers for billionaires. Another built a multi-million-dollar solo practice by focusing on ortho. He doesn't need an army of hygienists, just a streamlined system and a niche that makes him stand out. A third runs a massively successful restorative practice without doing surgery at all. Instead, she's mastered two other essential ingredients for success: business systems and marketing. She employs 4 associates, runs an incredibly profitable practice, and doesn't need to be a surgical expert to do it. The bottom line? Specialization wins. There isn't just one way to succeed in dentistry, but there is a common theme among the most successful dentists. They become an expert at something. They focus hard on that niche, and they use that uniqueness to differentiate themselves from every other general dentist doing fillings, crowns, and treating patients like family. The traditional family practice model is crowded. Standing out is the key to thriving. So the question isn't whether you need to be a super GP, it's how you're going to position yourself as a leader in something that sets you apart. Next up, let's tackle our first listener question.
Hey, Graham, here's what I want to know. As a newer dentist, how do I even start building the confidence to take on challenging procedures instead of referring them out? In dental school, I only learned the basics, like fillings, and we only had to complete a handful of crowns to graduate. I did a few easy root canals, but all the tough ones went to the endo residents. Right now, every tricky case feels out of my league. And it's so frustrating when a difficult extraction or root canal throws me way behind schedule, and then I embarrassingly have to refer it out. A lot of my classmates have given up on specialty procedures altogether and stick to fillings and crowns. Am I doomed to the same?
Alex, I'm sorry to hear that, and that's a fantastic question, and one that hits close to home for so many young dentists. First off, let's address the mindset. Every time you refer a patient out, you're not just sending them to another office, you're sending away an opportunity to grow your skills, build your confidence, and keep revenue in-house. Some dentists do manage to run successful practices doing primarily restorative work, but it's not the most efficient model. Here's why. Restorative dentistry is just one slice of what patients need. To fill your schedule with it, you'll need to manage a high volume of patients, probably 2 or 3 hygienists worth. That means more staff, higher overhead, and a lot of chair hopping to keep up with single-tooth dentistry and hygiene exams. It's exhausting and limits your practice's growth potential. At Practice on Fire, we emphasize a more productive way to practice, one that builds on a diverse set of skills to make your practice more efficient and profitable. So, how do you develop the clinical confidence to take on those challenging cases? The key is to approach it strategically. Don't just sign up for random CE courses here and there because they sound interesting. Instead, think of your growth as a curriculum with milestones to achieve each year. Here's what happens all too often. A dentist takes a weekend course on a new skill, just enough to understand the basics, but not really enough to actually implement it. Then, they jump to another course on a completely different topic, and another after that. Before they know it, they spent countless hours on random CE, but none of it translates into real-world skills they actually use to help their patients. It's like collecting puzzle pieces without ever putting the puzzle together.
Oh no!
Instead, the smarter approach is to go all in on one area at a time. To focus, practice, and refine until you reach true mastery. Because when you deeply understand a skill and confidently apply it in your practice, that's when CE stops becoming an expense and starts being a career-changing investment. That's why I recommend a 5-year clinical mastery plan. This isn't just about improving skills, it's about transforming your career trajectory. The first 2 years focus on mastering foundational procedures that you'll need as a practice owner. Then, the next 3 years are about layering on higher production treatments that allow your practice to thrive. I've laid it all out as a strategic roadmap. The plan includes milestones for building your skills systematically. You can download it on our website, practiceonfire.com, along with other resources to guide you. Let's break it down year by year. The 5-year clinical mastery plan. Year 1, mastering extractions and building your restorative base. Year 1 is all about the fundamentals. Start with extractions. They're one of the most common procedures you'll encounter, and mastering them builds confidence fast. Look for intensive hands-on courses where you can extract hundreds of teeth in just a few days. Volunteer at Mission of Mercy, Veterans Smile Day, or other events where you can also do dozens of extractions in a day. It sounds intense, but trust me, it's transformative. If you can remove any tooth in a matter of minutes, not only will you be helping patients with one of the most valuable services that dentists can offer, but you'll grow your reputation while also opening up possibilities for more advanced treatments like implants down the line. At the same time during the first year, focus on honing your restorative skills, fillings, crowns, and bridges. Those bread and butter procedures are the backbone of your practice. Deliver consistently high-quality work and aim to improve your efficiency as you go, but never at the sacrifice of quality. Year 2, adding endodontics to your repertoire. Once you've got a handle on extractions and restorations, it's time to tackle root canals. Start with anterior teeth. They're simpler and will help you build confidence. Gradually progress to premolars and eventually molars. If you can find a mentor at your practice, take advantage of their guidance. And as always, invest in hands-on CE courses. The more cases you handle, the more you'll benefit from pattern recognition and muscle memory. Endo is meticulous and has a learning curve, but with the right training and diligent practice, you can become proficient. To a family dentist who only does fillings and crowns, emergencies can seem like such an inconvenience. But once you can confidently provide both extractions and root canals, you open up a whole new niche for your practice, and your community will take note. Year 3, introducing implants and clear aligners. By year 3, you'll have a solid foundation to take on implants. With your extraction skills, you're already halfway there. Implants may seem intimidating at first, but with the right training, they're a natural progression. Seek out hands-on courses that give you not only the didactic knowledge, but also allow you to surgically place implants on real patients in a controlled environment. I don't really recommend the courses that let you place implants on a model or a cadaver. It's kind of like doing a crown prep on a typodont, where it's only about 20% relevant to the real world. At the same time, consider getting certified in clear aligners. Patients love cosmetic options like Invisalign, and offering this service can significantly expand your patient base and boost your practice revenue. Years 4 and 5, refining and expanding. Now it's time to level up. Take on advanced implant cases like bone grafting or multiple placements. Expand your restorative skills by learning full arch techniques such as overdentures. And if your state regulations allow, consider adding sedation dentistry to your practice. Sedation can be a game changer for treating anxious patients, and it sets you apart from other general dentists. Let me be clear, all of this will involve hundreds of hours of CE. It will be expensive. You can easily spend 6 figures on all of this, and this isn't even touching the other areas you'll need to master to be a successful dentist: business acumen, marketing, and case presentation. But believe me when I say this is the best investment you can make. Better than the stock market or even Bitcoin over the last 5 years. If you can become a better dentist, you can double or triple your income, which has a huge payoff over the course of your career. So I'm not saying it'll be easy, but it'll be worth it. But clinical mastery alone won't cut it. Here's why. Ask any dentist about career success, and the conversation almost always starts with clinical mastery. It makes sense. Being great at what you do is non-negotiable, and CE courses are everywhere to help you sharpen your skills. But here's the problem. Clinical mastery is just one piece of the puzzle. The other key ingredients, business acumen, marketing, and case presentation, are often ignored. Too many dentists assume these areas aren't worth investing in, or they don't know where to look, and they think they can just wing it and everything will fall into place. Reality check. The dentists who master these skills aren't just making an extra few bucks. They're earning millions more over the course of their careers. But it's not just about the money. It's about control over your practice and sanity in your day-to-day life. Without these skills, you end up with a chaotic schedule that leaves you exhausted. A patient base that sees dentistry as a commodity rather than a valuable service, and constant frustration when patients decline treatment just because their insurance won't cover it. This is exactly why we're diving into the next few episodes, how to bridge the gap between clinical excellence and real-world practice success. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. This episode is brought to you by Practice on Fire, a platform dedicated to helping dentists like you conquer your most frustrating career challenges to unlock the path to a thriving practice. Here's the deal. We're all about sharing tons of actionable content for free. We want you to walk away with strategies that make a real difference in your career. But if you're ready to go deeper, to truly transform your practice and life, then our premium platform is your next step. What's inside? At Practice on Fire, we dive into the essential and often overlooked pillars of a successful dental career: business systems. Build efficiency that frees you up to focus on what matters. Marketing. Attract the right patients, the ones who need and value your care. Case acceptance. Master the art of helping patients say yes with confidence. We've got hours of pre-recorded courses, but here's the game changer: an active community that guides you step by step through implementation. No more spinning your wheels in frustration. Think about it. Many dentists invest over 7 figures in their careers between student loans and practice ownership, but they've never invested in the critical skills that make the difference between struggle and success. Visit practiceonfire.com for free downloads, implementation guides, and details about how to take your career and practice to the next level. Want to take the hot seat? Think your practice could use a makeover? Apply to be a guest on our podcast. We'll give you an honest, no-holds-barred evaluation of your practice. Expect raw feedback, a breakdown of your numbers, and a tailored plan to tackle your bottlenecks. Vulnerability is required. Transformation guaranteed. Apply using the link in the show notes. All right, team, your transformation starts here. Let's light this fire.